Hi, this is going to be a short video demonstration about how to turn sheet Ethafoam. In this case I'm using 1-inch thick, but you could use different dimensions if you want to, into Ethafoam rings, which we will use at the museum both for packing and shipping and also to store. We have a lot of large round bottom pots or different objects that need support. The reason we're using Ethafoam to do this, there are other kinds of foam and materials you could use, but Ethafoam is an archival material, and it has a distinct advantage in terms of how you join it. So I've cut myself a 2-inch wide strip of my material. That's what I'm going to start working with. Now, I could join the material just by doing that and doing the two flat ends together, but that's not a lot of surface area to expect to have a good joint. So let me show you how I actually did it. So I've made myself a little device, and the purpose of this is going to be to cut a long diagonal on the end of my Ethafoam strips to join together so that I have a lot of surface area to work with. My original intention was to cut this way, but I didn't get as much surface area and it didn't join well, so I'm actually using it this direction. So I'm lining up along that angle and just sawing down. There you go, I've removed a little chunk, and you can see I have quite a steep angle. And then I'm going to move to the other end, and you want to move exactly like you've just seen me do. If you move straight across, your two bevels will come together like that, and that's what you want. I'm going to cut this end. And there you have the piece I'm going to work with. And as you can see, if I come together like this, that's going to be the kind of join that I want right there. I'm going to be using a high temperature heat gun. This goes up to about, and you want to set it on high, 900 degrees Fahrenheit. So make sure you wear a pair of leather gloves, or you can imagine. So I'm going to give you a close-up demonstration here of how the joining actually works. The first thing you want to do is you're going to overlap those two bevels very slightly. Hold it with one hand. Get your heat gun, and you start heating that space between the two pieces, and as you heat, you press down until it seals. If you do it properly, it happens fairly quickly. And then you reverse your piece, and you'll notice that there's a little section that didn't join. It's because that's where my hands were holding it together. So you get back in, heat that little section up, and then quickly press it together. You're going to fail at this project a few times before you figure out exactly how to do all those things in the right timing sequence. And then the last thing you want to do with this is test that joint and make sure that's strong, because the last thing you're going to want is something like this to fail when you're holding a piece of art with it. So thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.